Live from Rehoboth Beach, it's the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station. The Seawitch Parade is brought to you by Shell Brothers, Blooming Boutique, Elite Tree, Go Brit, Insight Homes, Eric Blondin State Farm, and the Rehoboth Diner. Now, here are your hosts, Denise Sawyer, Michael Sprouse, and Nancy Alexander.
Good morning. A live look at Rehoboth Avenue where the Seawitch Parade is getting ready to kick off. We are gearing up for this historic day. For the first time, the parade will be live on television. Good morning. I'm Denise Sawyer here with Arts and Entertainment host Michael Sprouse, Nancy Alexander from the Rehoboth Museum.
This is a parade pregame as we count down the big march up Rehoboth Avenue.
Michael, go ahead and give the folks a little glimpse into today's festivities.
Well, we're going to be seeing, of course, a lot of costumes. This is the 26th parade, and we're known for costumes, floats, and big balloons. It's going to be visually quite exciting. We're real excited about it here at the station.
Nancy is what I like to call a Seawitch watcher. She's been one for years. Nancy, how did this parade grow into something of such a large magnitude?
Well, it started 26 years ago as a one-day festival, and everybody realized that they could have a part in it. It's great for everybody from 6 months to 106 years old. Businesses, individual costumed walkers, everybody, including the merchants, has a role to play.
Now, speaking of playing a role, we have WRDE's arts and entertainment host right here playing a valuable role, as well as Nancy. But we have two people out and about meeting parade goers, and that's Charles Watson and Allie Rosen. Hey, guys, what are you guys getting into right now as we gear up for this parade?
Charles Watson.
And we are so excited to be out here. We are happy Seawitch Parade is finally here. And so many people along Rehoboth Avenue just having a great time already.
We're going to be checking in with them, surfing the crowd, finding out about some great costumes that we've already been checking out.
And continue to have a ton more fun out here. But for right now, we're going to send it back over to you, Denise, Michael, and Nancy.
Thanks, Allie and Charles. We'll check in with them momentarily. Now, today is not just a huge day for Rehoboth Beach, but also for us here at WRDE, because we are the only station on Delmarva that's broadcasting this event live.
Yeah, it's actually the first time I believe it's happened. So we're part of broadcast history here in Delmarva, and anyone that's actually here in front of us is also part of the history. It's really a great thing. It's an honor.
Now, to help you guys get a glimpse of the parade, we have 5 cameras. Let's go ahead and take a look at those cameras at the moment so you see exactly what I'm talking about here.
So the first camera will be shooting us at ground level. I'm not quite sure exactly where that is up there, but it's going to film us as the parade goes by our location here when we're broadcasting.
Yeah, it pretty much shows our broadcast location, which is right here in front of the library. Now, the second camera will be on top of our WRDE truck, which is high above the street, of course.
And our third camera will be above the Rehoboth Beach Public Library. That will give you a great aerial view of the parade.
Then there's that low-angle street camera, and finally the camera that will follow Charles and Allie around as they check in with fans in the crowd. Now, here's the cool thing about it. Now, folks who are marching in the parade will stop right here at this location where we're broadcasting. So if you guys want to come by and say hi, you can do so, and if you want the best seat in town, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I call the epicenter of all of the fun. And it all happens only right here on WRDE. So what are you looking forward to when it comes to today's parade?
Well, you know, I like the costumes, but I got to tell you, and we talked about this, the high school marching bands.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to love it. The drums, and that's just the way they look with the lights hitting the instruments. That's going to be really, I'm really looking forward to it.
It's like the official sound of a parade. Yeah. You can't have a parade without a marching band. Nancy, tell us more about this weekend festivities at the museum.
At the museum last night we had our not so spooky scavenger hunt for the little ones. Tonight we've got our ad hoc radio show. They do an old time radio show this year. They're doing arsenic and old lace. And we have our Seawitch exhibit up. I don't know if you know that there's a new pin every year, a new shirt every year, and a new poster every year. So we're showing some of those objects from prior years, and they've become collectibles.
Really?
They have.
People love giveaways, and you know, us here at WRDE, we're giving out hundreds of balloons, and we got some pretty special volunteers. Michael, tell us about those volunteers.
We do have some great volunteers. First, we have the Junior ROTC. It's a great group of cadets that are going to be actually holding the big giant Seawitch head balloon, which we get to as WRDE is the main media sponsors, an honor that we get to carry down the parade route. They'll also be carrying the banners. We also have volunteers from the multimedia department at Cape Henlopen High School And last but not least, the Honor Society. We're really thankful that they've all stepped up. They're a great group of kids, and we're really happy that they're here helping us this year.
All right, and speaking of that balloon, Charles Watson did a great story this week, and he has the lowdown on those big balloons. Let's go ahead and check in with Charles again. Hey, Charles.
All right, guys, so the parade is just about to kick off in a matter of moments. So many people out here along Rehoboth Avenue having a great time already. And, of course, one of the big draws for the parade are the floats and the balloons. And you know what? We got a chance to check out some of them a little earlier in the week. Saturday, the Seawitch Festival Parade will be in full effect. Of course, you can watch it right here on WRDE. And the folks I've spoken to at the Rehoboth-Dewy Chamber of Commerce are expecting a spectacular display. From the costumes to the floats, folks go all out for Seawitch weekend.
We allow 50 motorized vehicles or floats.
This year is no different. Carol Everhart from the Rehoboth-Dewy Chamber of Commerce says that more than a dozen large floats will cruise down Rehoboth Avenue, though there's one float she's particularly interested in seeing, and it belongs to the Big Fish group.
They have created a huge float that I heard through the grapevine resembles some kind of a fish.
We caught up with the general manager of Summer House, who says they've been working on the float for a few weeks now.
So it's kind of like a Halloween fish with some blood, and not too scary for the kids, but it should be pretty good.
And he even gave me a little sneak peek. Here's an unfinished version of the float, and it will be the first float to hit the parade route.
Big Fish Restaurant Group won the Business of the Year from the Chamber of Commerce, so we're the Grand Marshal, so we get to be the first float down the street. As
for the Seawitch, you can bet it'll be front and center as WRDE leads it in Saturday's parade. We can't wait. Charles Watson, WRDE Delmarva's own NBC station. Here comes Saturday.
Thanks, Charles. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back right here with your Seawitch pregame.
Could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
What drew you in was the private Jack Nicklaus signature golf course, world-class resort amenities, and natural beauty. But what made it home was so much more. Here, you don't have to play like a pro to live like one. You'll always have something to celebrate, and you'll love the view. The Peninsula. Live where you play.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
Reminder, if you know people who are here at the Seawitch Parade, tell them they can watch it again and they might see themselves on TV. We'll rebroadcast the entire parade tomorrow morning at 11 on My Cozy TV, Comcast Channel 204, Mediacom 99, and over the air at 31.2.
I just want to welcome you guys back.
Yep. Hey, welcome back. Here we are. We're back here live broadcasting from the Rehoboth Beach a Seawitch Parade. It's an exciting time. And actually, we have a special guest here. Joining us now is a man responsible for the live broadcast. It's WRDE President General Manager Bob Backman.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you, guys. Hey, Denise, Michael.
Hey, we're happy to have you here.
Hey, we're as excited as can be.
Bob, you look great on live television. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that to get a raise, but he does.
Well, you got the raise anyway. Don't worry
I'm
about it.
going to say it now. Can I say it now? Because I want to.
Thank you.
So, Bob, we have a question for you. How did you manage to? This is the first time this has been broadcast live in the history of broadcasting here in the air. How did you pull that off? How did that happen?
Well, you know, the truth of the matter is, if you go back to day one of WRDE, and I was interviewed by the Cape Gazette, and they said, what's going to make the TV station different? And I told them a whole bunch of different things, but when they put the article out in the big quotation marks, it said local, local, local. And now when I stop in and I might stop into Wawa, wherever I stop in, people look at me and they go, local, local, local. and that's my motto. So, you know, we went to the chamber and we said, look, we want to do something that nobody else has ever done. We want to serve the local community in every way possible. And eventually the discussion came around to the Seawitch Parade and the Seawitch Festival, and we said we're going to dive in with both feet. And here we are.
Bob, sorry to interrupt. Let's talk about what folks are buzzing about on Delmarva. That commercial. Now, in that commercial, you're pegged as this unimportant person. After this live broadcast, you're going to be pretty important.
Well, I'm really not. In the scape of the universe, I'm about this big.
Yeah, but that song, everyone knows the jingle. Everywhere I go, they sing it to me. Like,
well, you know, again, it's this whole thing. It's the local, local, local. I mean, tell the truth. Talk to people just as you are. Don't exaggerate, and I think that's the way to go.
Now, we're a very, very small and new station. Did you imagine us to be where we are at this moment when you were, you know, back thinking up a local NBC station?
No, I think we're way ahead of the curve. And I think it's really, I have to give the credit to the entire team. The people that work with us just work so hard and so long. Couldn't have done it without anybody. They're just so great.
Let's talk about this parade today. What aspect are you looking most toward?
You know, the whole parade started years ago with the big balloons, and I'm just in love with the balloons, so I'm just looking to see what's going to be up this year.
And speaking of that balloon, you know, that signature balloon will be held by our volunteers from Cape High School. And, you know, so make sure you look out for that balloon as well as for our new WRDE vehicle right there.
All right. Well, thanks, Bob. I thank you for your insight in this and for, you know, this great opportunity to be part of this live broadcast.
Oh, it's a real honor. Look for you guys in the brand new Coast TV Cruiser.
I want to go ahead and quickly peg our hashtag. It's the official hashtag for today, and it's called WRDE Seawitch, all right? So if you have any photos and you want us to see those and you want to get those on our broadcast, you can do so by tweeting us, all right? Let's go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll be back. Once again, this is your Seawitch pregame right here on WRDE.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
While the judges make their final decisions, listen to these great weekly specials from Go Fish and Go Brit.
Thursdays, $6 pie night.
Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich.
Sunday, half-price chicken and chips.
We've searched the country, and the winners are...
Go Fish and Go Brit.
It's unanimous. It's Go Fish and Go Brit.
Cheers!
Stop by and judge for yourself at Go Fish Rehoboth and Go Brit Route 1 Lewis.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back. I love you, home.
We know you'll love your shelterless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
Welcome back. We want to go ahead and reiterate that the official hashtag for today is hashtag WRDE Seawitch. Go ahead and tweet those photos, and we want to see those so we can get those in our broadcast.
And I want to welcome everyone back. I'm Nancy Alexander, and I'm here with Denise Sawyer and Michael Sprouse. And we are getting ready to step off the parade in just a little bit. I just want to mention that the parade route is slightly different this year. Instead of coming straight across the street out of the convention center parking lot, it's going to loop around a little bit of around an extra block so that more people can see everything in the parade, including the individual costume walkers.
Speaking of that, this year they're expecting well over 180,000 people. When the event started, only 5,000, and that was even big numbers for that time back then, 26 years ago. And, you know, it has a huge influx on this local economy. Let's go ahead and check in with Jesse Starkey, who has that economic boom.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE.
We will go ahead and check back in with that economic boom later. Let's go ahead and talk about the fact that floats.
And for local businesses, that means dollar signs.
Unless the weather gets us, they are here for the weekends.
CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, Carol Everhart, was here for the very first Seawitch Festival. She tells me it was just a few nonprofits and a couple local bands. 26 years later,
$70 million plus are going to be the economic impact to the resort area.
Everhart tells me they've broken this down to a simple math equation. Number of visitors expected times how much they might spend here times the number of days they're staying. Over a 3-day period, that adds up to more than $67 million coming into Rehoboth Beach. I'm Jessie Starkey, WRDE, Delmarva's own NBC station.
Thank you, Jesse. We're just minutes away from the start of the parade. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and be back right here live on WRDE.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but imagine authentic British food at Go Fish in Rehoboth and Go Brit in Lewis. Can't buy me love, but it gets me great fish and chips, bangers and mash, sticky toffee pudding. It's a revolution. Have you got any off-season specials? Go Fish and Go Brit. Thursday, $6 pie night. Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich. Sunday, half-price chicken and chips. Groovy, baby. Come together at Go Fish and Go Brit.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back.
I love you, home.
We know you'll love your shelterless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
Welcome back to Rehoboth Beach, a live look as thousands are piling in right here on Rehoboth Avenue. We are just minutes away from the start of that march up Rehoboth Avenue, that is. I'm Denise Sawyer here, joined with arts and entertainment hosts Michael Sprouse and Nancy Alexander. The excitement is really building at this moment.
It is building. Look at all these costumes already. There's this woman with the green face is work in the witch outfit, and there's witches everywhere. It's exciting to see all
People
these
are really into character. They're not breaking character with hopes of maybe taking home a prize for the best costume.
Everyone who wants to be judged can be judged, along with the floats. Individual walkers can be judged. And, you know, I was really struck this morning when we came in early to set up. So many people were already ready to watch the parade so early in the morning. It was just fantastic. The excitement started very early on.
Very early. They were here before I was here. And I was one of the first, like, oh, man.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't be like 2 hours.
Here's a neat thing. I met a guy who's been to this festival for 20 years, 20 consecutive years. At the same location, same spot, same costume, and he's not giving up his spot, he's not giving up this festival, and he's not giving up on this parade, and he's so excited that now that he can go back home and catch the rebroadcast the next morning. So we're really excited here because this is the first time we're broadcasting live this event, and no one else is doing this.
No one else is doing it. You know, for me, it feels to be part of this. I'm looking at the historic aspect of it because this is a total first for broadcasting here in Delmarva. And just anybody that's in the scope of this area, if you're walking by in our camera, and we certainly would like for people to do that, you're part of that too, and it feels really good to be part of that exciting sort of game plan of Seawitch 2015.
As I said before, even if you can't be here in person, you could be here in spirit.
Now let's talk about the floats. Rumor has it is that you've built a float, right?
Yes, yeah, I
did. You can't get away. You cannot not share those details.
Yes.
So please do share. All right, take a live look right there. That's the signature balloon we've been all talking about.
That is very neat. I've not actually, it's a huge balloon.
Oh, yeah.
It was described as a Macy's Day-like balloon.
It's comparable.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Wow.
So I think it takes eight holders to control that. So, and those are the junior ROTC cadets that are holding that balloon.
Yeah, they're all volunteers helping us out in a huge way today. And once again, that signature balloon, you can't miss it, and make sure you don't miss it. You know, you want to look out for that, as well as our signature WRDE vehicle.
Absolutely.
On the move.
Absolutely. Both of which, by the way, would be great things to take a photo with and hashtag with our
official
WRDE.
hashtag.
Yes, that would be fantastic to put out there.
The official hashtag, once again, is WRDE Seawitch. Once again, that's WRDE Seawitch. We want you to go ahead and snap a photo of your family, your friends, your costume, that balloon, and send it to us. Now, Nancy, like I said, you're a veteran at this.
I've actually marched in the parade with Girl Scouts
Really?
And watched it many years, and it just keeps getting better and better with every year. Everybody here is here to have fun. The only spirits we conjure up is the spirit of fun. And
no spooky spirits?
No spooky spirits. A little bit of spook at the end, but we're trying to keep it light and breezy for everybody. And we couldn't be luckier with the weather today.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this pregame up. We are just seconds away from all the excitement. Once again, you're watching live right here on WRDE.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back. I love you, home.
We know you'll love your shelterless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
Welcome back. That's a live look at Rehoboth Avenue. It's officially underway. That's the Seawitch Festival Parade, the 26th annual parade. And I'm excited because, I'm looking at the rundown now. Junior ROTC color guard from Cape High School. Also the Cape Marching Band, as well as our WRDE banner that's in there. What are some other things that folks can look forward to?
Well, again, we talked about the marching bands, and I'm a big, marching bands are one of my favorite things, but there's the Wilmington University cheerleaders that are going to be here. So I think that's going to be sort of exciting. I don't know if they're going to be in any type of costume per se, but certainly they'll be energetic. And that's going to give a nice little bit of pizzazz to the parade. Not that we need more than what's already here, but it's going to be nice.
And the Seawitch Clipper ship, it's a very large ship, and it's very authentic, and it's full of some real pirate-type people.
Piratey people.
Michael, you did recently a Seawitch story. You gave some insight. Can you go ahead and enlighten us with what you've learned, some spooky details?
Yeah, I will. I'm going to give just a little bit of the spook here. I know Nancy's like, no, be careful of the spook. So a Seawitch, it's a folkloric creature, and initially it was developed at a time when people were really befuddled by giant storms that would unfortunately cause ships to crash. And sort of a folklore developed that there were these sort of beautiful female spirits that would lure sailors onto the rocks, basically. And of course, that was quite some time ago, but that myth sort of stayed around. And to someday we celebrate, that idea in a more fun, as you said, in a non-spooky fun way, just sort of an homage to that part of our history. And that's what we're doing today to some degree.
And I love the fact that there is a Seawitch hunt. So there are clues all throughout the day that you can assemble, and you can walk away with the cash prize. Nancy, tell us more about that.
Well, it's a lot of fun to be a clue keeper. The museum is a clue keeper, and you can win a prize if you find all of the clues. The museum is a clue keeper, too.
Now, coming just down the avenue is the honor guard. They're leading the route there. You can see the color guards, shortly following thereafter. You see the flags going, and you can see that signature Seawitch balloon. You can't miss it. And what I do see, do you see the whale out back there?
I do see the whale.
I'm loving it. You can hear the trombones from here.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. I love the sound of those bands. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys a moment to hear what we're hearing as they creep closer and closer to us. And once again, we have the best seat in the house right here in front of the Rehoboth Beach Library. The beauty of it is that all of the folks who are marching in today's parade will stop where we are to give us a little bit more of an exclusive performance. And, of course, we're bringing you that performance with 5 different cameras from an aerial view as well as a low angle. So that is all happening right now live on WRDE.
And it's exciting that there's 5 cameras all around because, as you said, we get a lot of different views. As you can see, this has really started to kick. And there's the electric car that we were reading about. That's the Chamber of Commerce electric car, and they have what appear to be rabbit ears on top, which is a lot of
Even
fun.
the electric car has gotten into the costume act.
It certainly has.
I think the neat thing is because Rehoboth has been very innovative when it comes to electric cars. One of the first towns on Delmarva to initiate electric car charging stations. So to see that lead the route, it does speak volumes as to the progression of this parade over the years.
Now look at these great costumes of these kids up there. So I think they're going to stop and do a little one of their performances for us. Is that correct?
Yes,
that. One of their performances. Lots of the other girls who are the dancers are also dancers at a local dance studio, so they're quite good at what they do. I think it's wonderful they've let them wear all kinds of different costumes today.
Oh, yeah. You can see the excitement on their faces as they really partake in this. Let me. And that is the Cape Hill Open Band that you're listening to. Once again, we're right here in front of the Rehoboth Beach Library where things are just starting to kick off right here, the 26th annual Seawitch Parade.
So look, is that the Tin Man that I see? That's pretty impressive. Look at there's a chicken playing a saxophone. I was hoping to see something like that today.
And we've also got one of the Delaware Blue Hens playing, even though he's in the Vikings, the Cape Hill Open High School band, who are known as the Vikings.
These
the Delaware Blue Hen.
Fantastic. All right. Oh, this is great. Some Dalmatians.
One of the dancers in the group was Abby Severin, who's a local dancer, and Andy Broshka is there in the white coat. She's the head of the drum line for the high school band.
Now we have a very close shot at that Seawitch, balloon right there as it makes its way down the avenue. You got to get out here if you haven't already made your way here. It's not too late, and the best part about it is that the pickup and drop-off point is closer to the route, and they also have additional buses that can take you to and fro. At the moment, the app is closed, of course, so if you're still trying to get your way out here and look for parking, look elsewhere.
On the road, fly over. So now here is this fantastic. This is coming right by us right now.
She is iconic. We love her, and I think I need to know who her dermatologist is. She does not look a day over 350.
She certainly does not. And look, these are the cadets from the WRDE that have wonderfully volunteered their time to hold that balloon for us, and we're really, really proud that they're part of this.
Yeah, now here's a really beautiful shot of that balloon. And once again, the history behind that balloon, as well as the legacy behind it, it just continues to live on.
Absolutely. Now, is the balloon also 26 years old? And when did the balloon make its first appearance?
The balloon is not quite 26 years old, but that face is so iconic that it's used as a logo. We have it up at the library, and they actually sell masks with the Seawitch face on it that you can buy.
That's good to know.
And wear the Seawitch mask.
It's Halloween's right around the corner.
You can celebrate the festival all year long.
The beauty about this festival is that I was online looking for things to do around this time of the year. And believe it or not, this is a national-wide search. I was looking. Seawitch popped up as the festival of the top things to do around this time of the year. So I think it's awesome that that very small event grew to something that has national notoriety.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's see them wave. Somebody's watching me.
Yeah, now we can come on, Denise.
Oh, yeah.
Nancy, let's jump on that float. That is a very festive float.
That is the Big Fish Grill float that Charles Watson was talking about in his package.
And it's a big fish.
It is
Big
a
Fish
mighty
restaurant
big
group.
fish.
Fantastic.
It's spooky, I can say that.
And of course, there's the iconic dolphin that's always we see running up down the shore, and tons of costumes are coming up the street right now.
And the dolphin actually is one of the symbols used by the Rehoboth-Dewy Beach Chamber of Commerce. Oh, and we've got a walker who's got the Seawitch mask on as well. And you can also get the rest of your Seawitch gear at locations around town, downtown. People collect the pins.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Allie Rosen, who's, she's along the route right now talking with folks, and it looks like she got a scary person with her. Let's go ahead and check with Allie.
Hi, guys. I'm here with Jim and his entire family. They have had this area reserved for the parade for how long?
Since Thursday night we got here, okay?
All right, and what are you? You're scaring your grandchildren and me. What is this?
This is called a skeleton suit. So my name is Jim Skeleton. And this is the rest of my family, my daughter, my son-in-law, my wife, my niece,
Is anyone missing?
Yeah, there's quite a few because my wife was one of 10 kids.
Oh, my goodness. And everyone's dressed up. We got a Care Bear, a skeleton, right? So you guys kind of have a correlation here, right?
Oh, yeah.
You planned this?
No, not really. It just happened. Freaking nature.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, we're sending it back to you.
Good. Enjoy the parade.
Thanks, Allie. That looks like tons of fun. And, families come from all over the region here. And I was talking earlier about the economic boom, and they were talking millions of dollars, and they were talking an influx of more than 180,000 people. And once again, this is in the shoulder season. That means that folks usually don't come to the shore when we're not in the peak season.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It's a fantastic. When you think of it, so I think it's become, just for the Eastern Seaboard, it really has become a destination location, the Seawitch Festival. I have friends from D.C., they're Philadelphia, that are, look at the little, that is fantastic.
I so love it when royalty comes to town.
Being photobombed by a skeleton with flaming hair, you can't beat that. That's
we love it.
Great shot. So a lot of people come here from Philadelphia, D.C., Baltimore, New York. They come here just for this event.
And what I like about this event is it gives folks of all ages the excuse to dress up and have a good time, and you do it all day. So you can't beat
all weekend. Why not?
Some of the most popular costumes over the years have been kids in tow and wagons, so everybody can get in on the act.
Speaking of that, take a look at this little one right here as they wave to the camera.
Oh, the
firefighters.
Oh, that's great. Now,
First responders never look so cute.
Now I got to say, earlier I think I went across the screen. There was an Empire State Building, King Kong, and Fay Ray. That was a pretty nice trio that went up the street earlier. It's pretty fantastic. It just shows you how creative some of these people are being with these costumes this year.
Oh wow, look at that one. Now the Delaware State Federation of Women's Club is coming up shortly after, and you'll take a look and see they're excited to be here and to attend. And also we have Minions here. We have a close shot of the Minions.
I am actually a member of the local Village Improvement Association, so those ladies are representing a group that has a 100-year-plus history in town. It's a great group. Their sole purpose is to raise money to give away to charity, so I'm so glad to see them here today.
Nancy, for those who are interested and maybe want to help out or join that, organization, how can they do so?
They can do so by looking up the Village Improvement Association website.
Thank you. Oh, Dalmatians.
We have the Stick family.
And the Stick family. You can't be. We see them on the back of our vans all the time, and here they are walking down the street.
Oh my God, I think it's adorable. I love it. I love it.
All right, that is
very creative.
Really original. You gotta love that. That is fantastic.
We're rushing the season a little with the holiday display. That is Russ McCabe, who is a former director of the Delaware State Archives. If there's one man who knows everything that's gone on in the state of Delaware, it's Russ.
All right, let's go ahead and check back in with Allie, who went ahead and grabbed the Stick family. Hey, Allie.
All right, hey guys, what is this costume? What are these outfits here?
We are the Stick family in the back of the minivans and SUVs and all the little cars you see out there.
Is this one family? We're two families. Two families. And why'd you choose this outfit?
Kaylee is the creative one this year. Last year we were Shark Week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this year we are a...
Awesome. All right. All right, we're sending it back to you guys.
And somewhere along the line, there's little monkeys jumping on the bed. They're not jumping.
Cute. They're just starting.
Oh, now the monkeys are jumping on the bed.
If you haven't decided on a costume for Halloween, I am getting so many different ideas for so many Halloween costumes and parties that I could attend.
You can just look around. Look at this cute little. I don't know if you can see this kid. He's
a
little mousetrap in a wagon.
He is so adorable.
That is brilliant. Look at that.
There are the monkeys jumping on the bed. And here comes a little mouse with the mouse trap next.
Now, all the creativity is not in vain because, parade goers and organizers they're going to choose 25 winners for this costume, the best costume. So as they make their way around near the bandstand, they're actually going to get judged by some of the good folks that we know, all right? So make sure, if you are not here yet, you throw on something creative and get down here as soon as possible.
Oh, absolutely. There's still time to be part of this whole fun festival crowd. Walking up and down the streets, people here. But there's a whole section devoted to the walking, the costumes. It's definitely something that people can just get really interactive with.
Nancy, now you gave us some insight earlier about a change to the route for those who are in costume.
That they added about an extra block or two to the route so that more people could see the costumes. One of the hallmarks of this parade is that so many people make their own costumes, and they're so very, very creative from one year to the next.
There is a very impressive float coming up the street right now. It appears to be a giant. It's the Seawitch ship.
That is the Seawitch ship.
Now
that is the Seawitch Clipper ship.
Can you tell us more about the history of Clipper ships?
In this area, Clipper ships came by many, many years ago. There were explorers. There were people who were looking for treasure here, certainly. There are a number of shipwrecks off the shore in Rehoboth Beach, and up in Lewis around Cape Henlopen. That's why the Cape Henlopen Lighthouse was built, because ships were wrecking around the shores.
And they were taking goods from, across the ocean here, and this was along that route, so... It's nice to see a ship so creative.
Yeah, look at that. That's fantastic. That's really quite impressive.
Michael, you said you created something that's comparable to that back in
no.
college.
Yes, I
An
created
award-winning.
something comparable to that. The answer would be no, but it was a fun experience working on a float. I think what's interesting, and people, unless you've actually done it, you don't realize how much work is involved in them. It's a definitely collaborative process. It takes many people, hours of work, especially something like this, to be this creative and this effective. This is a fantastic float. It looks like they're having a great time on it.
And it just shows how every faction of the community, local businesses, volunteers, everyone has a role to play.
Here is a low-angle shot of that boat as it makes its way up the avenue. You can take a closer look at the details and take a closer look at the makeup on these pirates. Arr!
Arg is right. This is really, look at it. There's a little Green Reaper action at the helm there. This is a fantastic boat. And
let's get them waving on live television there.
We have some little pirates on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And there is our WRDE Coast TV banner.
Yes. Right there following behind is Delmarva's own NBC station banner. You know, we've been here over a little of a year, and it seems like we've been here for far much more time than that because we've made so many waves on the shore.
We've done so much. We've done a lot, and it's been fantastic to be part of that and just getting the feedback from the people, things like we're doing right now. And when people walking up to us and saying that they really enjoy what's going on and they're being involved with the station, it's a great feeling. It's fun to be part of that.
And Michael, you've done some great stories. Recently you did something about all the local businesses and their responses to the whole pumpkin spice fall push.
Have I had enough pumpkin spice for the year? That's my question.
There's no such thing.
I don't know, but certainly that was a tasty, fun way to get out there, get to meet people. Pumpkin spice is definitely around here, particularly at Seawitch. I mean, I'm sure up and down Rehoboth Avenue and the streets here in Rehoboth, you can find all types of
I dabbed a little behind my ears just to see if anybody would notice.
That explains why I keep craving more of that coffee.
There we go.
Now, the beauty about our broadcast right now that is live, but we will be rebroadcasting this tomorrow morning at 11 on My Cozy TV. So all of the folks who are caught right now on camera, like this little guy there, he's waving to the camera. He can see himself again tomorrow morning. Once again, that's on My Cozy TV at 11 a.m.
Absolutely. And again, you know, if you're here in the crowd right now and you want to take some photos and you want to tweet them out there, you want to sort of live tweet on your own, and you're using them on Pinterest, of course, or Instagram, remember to use our hashtag WRDE Seawitch. That's our official hashtag for this event, and you know we'll definitely sort of be picking them up and putting them out
there.
Take
a spooky selfie.
That's right.
Share it with the world.
Let's go ahead and check in with Allie Rosen again, who is right there on the parade route. Hey, Allie.
Hold on. All right, guys. Hello. I'm glad I stopped you. What are you dressed up as today?
Social butterflies.
Social butterflies. How appropriate. So let me see your social aspect. Oh, look at that. We got Facebook, some mail. Is this messaging, YouTube? Yes. Are you guys really into social media?
Yes, we are.
Are you following WRDE on social media?
Yes, we are.
That is most important, isn't it?
Yes. And we're from Dewy Beach.
Awesome. All right, guys. Enjoy the parade. Bye. All right, back to you guys.
Allie is having a good time, and so are we, as well as the well over 180,000 people who have flooded the Delmarva's coast.
People are really getting into it.
Oh,
now.
and take a look at this. This is our signature van, the WRDE van.
WRDE van. How exciting is that? It's beautiful. It's just sort of sparkling and new looking, and you can see that all around town now. It's just part of you know the growth of the station in the year, as you were just saying, and we're really happy to have this here in the parade this year.
Sure, I think the van, I feel like it it best represents us because it's hip, it's different, it's flashy, but it's fun. And that's what our broadcast is all about, being different.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
not doing the conventional way of telling the stories. We find interesting people and we tell their stories and we allow them to tell stories. Oftentimes we hear people say, you know, I love you guys because it's, you know, we're better served. So I do appreciate that, and we appreciate that, and we wouldn't be a station where we are now without our viewers.
Absolutely, without a doubt, and the fact that, you know, they just every week we keep hearing about more and more people getting involved. When you're on our social media, you can see the numbers increase dramatically. So we're very happy about that response from the community and being part of it, keeping it local as we do.
And covering this Seawitch Parade is a brilliant example of that.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Allie Rosen again, who is having so much fun. We got to go ahead and check with her again.
Hey guys, so we stopped some other WRDE folks here. What are you guys doing?
Having the time of our lives.
Really, aren't we all?
We're keeping company to the brand Coast TV Cruiser.
We love the cruiser. Yeah. And look at this, our very own peacock here.
Oh, hello there.
It's a beautiful day. You couldn't ask for anything better. First ever televised event for Seawitch after 26 years. Took WRDE to do it, and I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, so am I. So am I. All right, enjoy. We'll see you guys rolling on by.
All right, that's another look at our van, the WRDE van, of course, Delmarva's very own NBC station.
That's so very, very cool. Speaking of cool, there is a balloon coming up the street right now that I just cannot get enough of. It is a really very impressive giant skull. Right. I want that balloon in my yard. I want to wake up to it.
It is spooky. You know, Halloween decoration has really grown over the years, and I'm talking about size.
Absolutely.
I live in Millsboro. My neighbor, I live in a very quaint community. I swear to you, the balloon in front of her home is larger than the home itself.
That's the way it should be. That's what I like. I want to get up on my porch, drink coffee, and stare at this giant skull balloon when I'm watching the sunrise. I just think it's perfect. I love the fact that people get out and celebrate the Halloween that they do around here, Seawitch Halloween. It's so much fun, and it gives people that opportunity to just get out and be sort of fun and crazy, you know.
All right, so right now you are checking in right now with WRDE. It has been a great ride thus far. The sun is coming out. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and be right back here with Delmarva's very own NBC station.
While the judges make their final decisions, listen to these great weekly specials from Go Fish and Go Brit.
Thursdays, $6 pie night.
Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich.
Sunday, half-price chicken and chips.
We've searched the country and the winners are...
Go Fish and Go Brit.
It's unanimous. It's Go Fish and Go Brit.
Cheers!
Stop by and judge for yourself at Go Fish, Rehoboth, and Go Brit, Route 1, Lewis.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
What drew you in was the private Jack Nicklaus signature golf course, world-class resort amenities, and natural beauty. But what made it home was so much more. Here, you don't have to play like a pro to live like one. You'll always have something to celebrate, and you'll love the view. The Peninsula. Live where you play.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade, live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
Here's a programming reminder. Hey, if you know someone who are here at the Seawitch Parade, tell them they can catch yourselves on television tomorrow morning. That's 11 a.m. on My Cozy TV, Comcast 204, Mediacom 99. Let's go ahead and get back into the live view of Rehoboth Avenue as we take a look at more balloons making their way up the avenue. Nancy, you gotta love this one.
That is a bright fish. I just love it. It really, really pops out. And if you're just joining us again, you missed us dancing to one of the bands that was going by. And we're just having fun with it.
So that would be, I like more of the spooky, and you like more of the non-spooky.
The
so
non-spooky.
This is definitively, it's a very nice balloon. And look, they're all wearing Seawitch T-shirts, so they're definitely getting some nice promo going there.
I wanted to talk about the swag.
Swag is
those
awesome.
are nice shirts.
So if you want to get your hands on that, you can do so. And you were telling us more about the masks.
There are locations. They have a pin for every year, a poster for every year. They have T-shirts, and now they're become collectible. So some people are actually collecting them, keeping their whole collection together and valuing that very much. And it's a great theme this year. Don't be a scaredy cat.
No, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but how did they come up with the different designs every year for the T-shirts and the posters?
So many creative people, just as the people who walk in the parade are creative in creating their costumes. They have a great creative team. A big shout out to the Rehoboth-Dewy Beach Chamber of Commerce. Every element of this Seawitch Festival is classy, fantastic, and fun. So they've pulled together a great group of creative people to make this happen.
Speaking of a great group of people, that balloon that we just saw was brought to you by TD Bank right here in the local area. Now we have a lot of other costumes making their way down the avenue as well.
There's a sweet frog walking down. Those are very cute frogs as far as frogs go, and
that is a sweet frog.
And it appears that it says support our troops, so you gotta love it when there's a cause for something. People are having fun, and of course there's a reasoning behind it.
Okay, now these are the cutest support our troops little rolling down. I think you got to check that out.
Oh my gosh, the cutest little convoy I've ever seen. I don't know if that just sounds right.
That's the word I was trying to. You got it. It's fantastic.
And look at the little pilot. He is flying high, I tell you.
People are so creative with these carriers they have the children in. Every year something different pops up, and it's lots of fun to watch how creative people can be.
Now this is really fascinating. Looking behind this, this has a great sort of cultural. It's a mix of imagery. What appears to be, I think it's sort of a Mexican cultural Dia de Muerta type of imagery here. I think sort of like Frida Kahlo is a famous artist. So, Nancy, you have your experience with visual art as well. So what do you see when you're looking into this display coming up this week?
Definitely the influence, Mexican Day of the Dead celebrations and all of those things. And I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job.
Sorry to interrupt. Allie has one of the cutest little troops ever. Let's go ahead and check in with Allie.
All right. Hey, I just stopped you. Now tell me, what are you out here doing today?
We're doing the 4 services of the troops.
Yes, and why is that?
Because a lot of our family members are serving us.
And any of them here today with you?
Yes.
Yes, right behind you?
Yep. He is over there, right there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you're doing great. You're supporting a great cause. You're having fun too?
Yes.
All right, thanks guys. Let's see what else is coming down the parade.
That's spider is right up here. There's another balloon. It's a giant spider. Not the type that you would normally be, you're not going to be scared by this spider. This is a friendly spider with a big red nose and happy eyes. And if you had to deal with spiders crawling across your kitchen, this would be one that you'd say, hey, come on in, sit down, have a cup of coffee. That's actually not bad spider whatsoever.
I noticed, Michael, though, you're not asking to have this one in your front yard.
Yeah, this one I'm not. I'd much rather have the skull in my front yard than the big giant spider. I don't care how nice the spider is.
Now, following behind the big spider, slam dunk to the beach. Now, these group of young men are from Cape Hill Open High School. Now, the beauty of this event, it draws in so much national appeal. ESPN, the who's who of basketball have been associated with this organization. I'm talking LeBron James. And I know this because we carried the programming
last year. It was a major event for WRDE last year when it occurred.
So to see our local community and our neighbors out and about supporting each other, neighbors helping neighbors, that's what we're all about.
Absolutely.
Here.
It's exciting. It's exciting to see them here. It's exciting to be part of it. And it's great to be at a point in our history where we can say, oh, yes, you know what? Remember last year we covered that. And that was part of our thing that we did. So that feels really good.
And it's good to look back and to follow the path of those children you cover and to see, how far they go.
Absolutely. And speaking of children, look at here's some kids now that are the whole mix. There's some Sesame Street characters. Definitely a big bird. I can see that one from over here. And a whole bunch. There's some little
Green
Ninja
Army
Turtles. And the green arm. Those are great. That is a very, very clever costume. The little plastic army guys.
And we even have Olaf walking by. As we all know, some people are worth melting for, Michael. For me, you're worth melting for.
Well, the sun is feeling pretty warm. That may happen sooner than you think.
Oh, yeah. The day started off around 48 degrees, and it will heat up until like 70 degrees. So that's what it feels like.
Yeah, so we're okay with that.
And I just wanted to reiterate that this is the first time ever that this entire parade from start to finish is broadcasting live right here on television. Other stations may be here covering it, but they're not covering the entire thing from start to finish uncut.
We are live, and we are making broadcast history here on WRDE. And
look at one of our biggest viewers.
A shot of a cute little chihuahua. Is that a chihuahua? Okay.
Oh, my God.
That is, you have to put the cute dog in. Of course,
my gosh.
Now, there's a dog parade tomorrow, correct? Up at the boardwalk? Is that the parade for the pets?
There is. The pet parade is tomorrow. I believe it's at 3 p.m.
This may be a little preview.
Mostly for dogs. There are no reptiles allowed, Michael.
No, so I can't bring my snake.
Leave your lizard at home.
And of course, we have DSP, Delaware State Police is here, just making sure we are all safe. What a cutie.
They've even got the lights going on that one.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Oh, my gosh, I love it.
Without a doubt.
So adorable.
But now check this out. This is, I think this is so clever.
This is my favorite, hands down.
Without a doubt.
You gotta love the creativity.
Look at them holding these perfectly. Boy, they're
the
just staying in place. Yeah.
The commitment they have.
They look fantastic.
We have MVP. We have golden medal. We have a state champ.
Wow, that is really quite clever. And look, they're doing a great job. They're just standing just sort of right there like statues, which were the top that you would on top of an award, a trophy.
I think the trophy float
put that gold paint all over.
Like I said before, we have the best seat in the house.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I say that because we're right here in front of the library. So if you want to go ahead and take a glimpse at what's in the parade, you can do so once again tomorrow morning. That's 11 a.m. on My Cozy TV, and that's the rebroadcast. So you can see what you missed out on or see yourself on TV.
Absolutely. And what's nice about us having the best seat in the house is if you can't make it for whatever reason down here, then you can have the best seat in the house if you're watching it live right now on our station.
Exactly. And hey, we want to hear from you guys. This is a lot of crowd engagement. So use that official hashtag. That's at WRDE Seawitch. Once again, that's a hashtag WRDE Seawitch. You get those photos to us, and we'll get them in our broadcast.
Absolutely. And here is a very nice, another big balloon. It's a pink seahorse from LC Homes, Delaware's home builder there. This is the banner that's leading this very nice
So
balloon.
vibrant.
Very vibrant. And it looks like, it takes a lot of people to carry these balloons the proper way. I would say there's
Michael,
about 8
I
to
think
10
you
there.
can carry that all by yourself.
You know what? I think I could too. I maybe 3 or 4 of them. Give me the skull balloon. I'll carry it by myself. I'm going to be thinking about that all week long till Halloween pops around.
And they've got their choreography down.
Hey,
got
now that's something you don't
see it from all sides.
That's right.
I love it when they give the crowd a show.
Indeed it is. They're spinning that around. That is an impressive balloon.
So for the first time ever, once again, we are broadcasting the entire parade live, only right here on your new NBC station. And we are super excited. And, this just shows what we can do and what we're excited about in the future.
Oh, yeah, because I would love to do this again next year. I think let's sort of think that that's probably something that's in the cards, because once you set this precedent of doing something new, like broadcasting live, an event that's unprecedented, that's never been done before, people get excited about that, and it feels good to be part of that. And I think that's one of the things that WRDE, they've always have taken that initiative in the year and a half that we've been on the air, of trying different things and reaching out locally on a very different level that gets people engaged. And I think this is a perfect example of that.
Now we've got the newer Shriners coming.
Oh, very nice.
I want that guy's shirt. I'm telling you that right now. He's got the shirt with like a hot rod with flames licking up.
Hey, I'll take that shirt now.
That's a great shirt. The flames looking. So what? After I had that little
great
pumpkin
shirt
donut
for a
this morning,
great organization.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. They're just great to have these fellows here and.
Now, the beauty about this parade that it also features some pretty hot rods.
Yeah, there comes the first of hopefully many. Yeah, I'm going to leave my station and just jump on the hood of that car and ride around for a little.
Michael, if you want to take a spin.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead. And Allie, once again, is having so much fun. Let's go ahead and check in with her. Allie, what's going on the street side?
All right, guys, so tell me, you're out here. What are you dressed up as? What are these costumes?
Crown.
What are you?
I'm a rock star.
Oh, yes, you are, indeed. What about you?
A bum.
You're just a bum? And what does your sign say?
We work for candy. Please help.
Have you gotten any candy?
Yeah.
Yeah? How long have you guys been out here?
About hour and a half.
Yeah? Have you gotten a lot of candy?
Yeah, I have.
Are you having so much fun?
Yeah.
Anything else? No? All right. We'll send it back over to you guys on the other side. Didn't get much words out of it.
Thank you. Now, that was Allie Rosen right there checking in with us. And I feel like here at WRDE, the weekend is just going to be so much fun because tomorrow night is Sunday Night Football. Eagles take on the Panthers, and you can't miss it. Once again, that's right here, Sunday Night Football on WRDE. Now, I want to go ahead and take a closer look at what's making its way down the avenue so we can see more of the parade and less of us.
Yeah, absolutely, because you know what? I think it's tiny cars, it's little cars, and what type of parade would be complete without guys in little bitty cars running around in circles?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And here they come. I don't think I could fit in one of those cars, but these guys seem to do it. Every year you see these ever since, you're a kid, and the Shriners and the little cars.
I love the choreography. Take a look at this. What a beautiful shot there. Once again, we got 5 cameras working for you. I'm talking aerial shots. I'm talking low angle shots. So you do not miss any aspect of this parade, and you don't want to miss this.
Anytime there's a parade and there's Shriners and cars, everyone just sort of gets transfixed on them because it's just such a neat thing, a classic thing to sort of have out there on the parades. And the Shriners do such great work. And it's just fantastic that they're all part of this afternoon, this Seawitch Festival.
A closer look as they wave to you all at home, live on television. For the first time, the parade is live right here on WRDE. For the first time, it's live on Delmarva.
So now, is it possible that so we get some motorcycle action going on now that the little cars have come by?
Oh, yeah.
And now, here we go.
Now, that was a peak of the show. I love that. That was the sights
and motorcycles and chase those little cars around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a fun way to spend the afternoon.
I love the one coming up next. Who are you going to call?
The Delmarva. Now, these
Ghost
guys,
hunters.
they actually do. They go out on these historic hunts, and they're around the area.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to them around this time last year. They have a pretty fascinating backstory, and they've done some work with the Lewis Historical Society. I don't know if they've done anything here in Rehoboth. Are you aware of anything, Nancy, that they may have done?
They've done a little bit in Rehoboth, and I'm sure that they'll be back again for more.
See, I have my little quirks about ghosts.
Oh, like the one behind you right now.
Oh, God. And I went to the hotel in Berlin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
The Atlantic Hotel, and apparently it's haunted as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you did a story on that. If you want to find out more on that, you can go ahead and log on to our website, WRDE.com. We have more up around the corner. Once again, you are looking at a live look right here on the Rehoboth Avenue. Once again, the first time ever, you're seeing the Seawitch Parade, 26th Annual Parade. Yeah, right there. You got to love it. Let's go ahead and kick it off to a break and be back with more.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth Diner in the morning.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back. I love you, home.
We know you'll love your shelterless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade, live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
WRDE is your source for coverage across the peninsula right here in Delmarva. We start the day with local news during the Today Show. Then it's WRDE News at 6 and 11, and that's a 7-day week run right there. So 7 days out of the week, you can go ahead and get your local news right here. Join Ann Emanuel, Mark Edwards, the meteorologist Chris Summers, and Kevin John, as well as us right here, once again on WRDE. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have to look forward to when it comes to other parades.
Well, other parade. You mean in this parade for Seawitch, and what's going on is that we're expecting that there to be several more floats coming, probably some more balloons, and certainly more of the costuming. And of course, there's that sort of at the end. We have the. It's not quite Santa Claus, but this parade has a different little ending.
It has a different little ending to close it out. We are going to welcome the Grim Reaper at the end of the parade, but he's not here yet. We still have lots of princes, princesses, Star Wars characters, and superheroes.
That's correct. And then look, there's some superheroes sort of walking up the street right now with Trunk or Treat. I'm not quite sure what Trunk or Treat mean, but it looks very interesting.
Trunk or Treat is a new thing where in different community organizations, cars park and they fill the trunk with candy and lots of things in one area, and little ones get a chance to go around in a safe way.
Exactly. It's a safe way for folks to exchange candy or just get candy. A lot of churches partake in Trunk or Treat. And speaking of candy, trick-or-treating is happening tonight around 6 o'clock for those who want to check in with merchants and businesses to get some candy.
Yes, it's a very big event, and it is something that lots and lots of children enjoy downtown every Saturday night of Seawitch weekend.
You gotta, there's candy. candy, you're a kid, it's exciting. That would be, I may walk around and pretend to be a kid to get some candy with the Seawitch from the merchants. That's pretty nice. You know, it's a fun part of this whole weekend, this whole festival. And here's some kids dressed. These are very interesting. I'm not quite sure. The box trolls.
The box trolls from the movie. And they've definitely used boxes.
You gotta love it when the entire family is out and about having a good time.
So here's the Evergreen Forest number, the Tall Cedars of Lebanon. They're here from Milford, Delaware. And there's what appears to be Merlin and a clown behind them.
Your guess is better than mine.
The perfect combination, Merlin and a clown. And there's a witch who literally just appeared out of nowhere all of a sudden in the middle. I don't know how that happened. I didn't see him before. That is some very interesting magic. So I can see coming up the street is a very impressive float. It's very colorful.
Do you want to be interviewed?
What do you make of that, Denise? Can you see that one coming up from?
Are you going to talk?
It looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book.
I do think that is the Cat in the Hat right on the front.
Busy floats. All right, so Allie is out and about, and of course she is having a lot of fun. Again, we check in with Allie.
Hey guys, so you are here, and your brother I think is a little shy, but he's the dressed up one. What's he dressed up as?
A Navy guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and why aren't you dressed up today?
Well, I haven't bought my costume yet.
Well, you do have 1 week, right? What are you going to be?
Not quite sure yet, but I have an idea.
All right, what's your idea?
Like something dead.
Something dead? But you're alive. Do you watch? All right, and where'd he go? How old was your brother?
He's 5.
5? All right. Well, thank you for interviewing instead of him. All right, guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Now, what I'm also looking forward to tonight, starting at 6 p.m. until 6:45, live music on the bandstand is all going down, and it's brought to you by Nothing But Trouble. You gotta love a band called Nothing But Trouble.
You know what to expect when you show up, right?
Nothing but trouble.
Salisbury Roller Girls are here.
Roller derby is coming back.
It is making a comeback.
It never left.
It never left. It's true.
It never left.
You have some inside info on this. Denise, how do you spend your weekends now?
Some people do CrossFit, and I do roller derby.
That is good to know. I'm not good on a pair of skates personally, but it's nice to see, that some things just never change.
I would love to see you roller derby.
Oh, no, you would. No, you would. It would be over very quickly. Be me flat-faced, eating wood, whatever the rinks are made out of now.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a great float from Camp Arrowhead in Lewis. Lots and lots of locals have gone to Camp Arrowhead, including members of my own family.
Oh, you gotta love
That's
it as
check that
they're
out.
waving to the cameras.
They've got their campfire going. I bet they're going to make s'mores, scary s'mores.
Because it's
Great
perfect
floats.
weather for s'mores.
Absolutely.
All right, coming up, we have Woodbridge Middle School. It's a band that you gotta hear, so we're gonna allow you to do so, and that's coming up. Once again, that's Woodbridge Middle School right there, their marching band. I love Woodbridge and Bridgeville, that entire area. I haven't had Scrapple yet.
I got to say, you know what? I've not either. But that's probably, people will probably not like to hear that. But isn't that, you know, that's the place to get
It's a staple. It's staple.
You're not a local till you've had Scrapple.
So, of course, they're playing the theme from Star Wars.
I
and
did predict it that there would be a lot more Star Wars costumes and music this year.
And you were right.
I think this person has recycled quite a few of those grocery bags.
Fantastic. That's good. They're helping to keep our coast clean, and you know this is a great thing. I'm glad to see this out here.
That's from Surfrider Delaware. They do a lot with coastal cleanup. They're a great group of surfers who care about the coast and the cleanliness of the coast.
That's awesome to hear.
That is good. Glad to hear it.
All right, we have more up around the corner. You are watching live right here, Delmarva's very own station, which is, of course, WRDE, and it is the live broadcast of the Seawitch Parade.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but imagine authentic British food at Go Fish in Rehoboth and Go Brit in Lewis. Can't buy me love, but it gets me great fish and chips, bangers and mash, sticky toffee pudding. It's a revolution. Have you got any off-season specials? Go Fish and Go Brit. Thursday, $6 pie night. Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich. Sunday, half-price chicken and chips. Groovy, baby. Come together at Go Fish and Go Brit.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
What drew you in was the private Jack Nicklaus signature golf course, world-class resort amenities, and natural beauty. But what made it home was so much more. Here, you don't have to play like a pro to live like one. You'll always have something to celebrate, and you'll love the view. The Peninsula. Live where you play.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade
is your home
live
for
on
NBC Sunday Night Football.
WRDE.
Tomorrow, the Philadelphia
Delmarva's
Eagles take on the
NBC
Carolina
station.
Panthers. Football night in America starts at 7, kickoff at 8:30. It's Eagles-Panthers on Sunday Night Football, right on WRDE, Delmarva's own NBC station.
Yeah, welcome back. Once again, you are live right here on WRDE. And the music, the sights, the fun, the candy, the costumes, they're all something you got to see and you got to hear.
Yeah, but that was like a Hall & Oates homage that just went by. Is that what I heard earlier?
Yes, it was.
wasn't too bad. I think they're still working. They're still going down there.
And once again, this is why we have the best seats in the house, right here in front of the library. And, of course, you're watching live for the first time the entire parade from start to finish.
Nothing like a big celebrity appearance, right?
Celebrity appearance, star-studded.
So now, what is the Great Gatsby? Speaking of homage, here's one right behind us. That's a pretty impressive float as well. It's a period piece, clearly.
And that flapper in the back is definitely the cutest flapper we've seen all day.
Oh, look at her footwork. I love it.
Speaking of footwork, it appears that some dancing nuns are now walking up the street and will be here presently, and they look like they're having a very good time.
Actually, we have an appearance by the Pope himself. Pope Francis is in town.
A surprise visit. Change of plans. We thought he went back to Rome, and now he's back here.
Before we go ahead and check in with the Pope, let's check in with Allie Rosen, who once again is having a ball as she checks in with fans along the parade route.
All right, guys, so I have a lovely pirate family here. We got mom, dad, we got the little one. You know, what's going on? Well, you were in the parade, you said.
Yes, we walked in the parade for the first time. This is our first year being here.
First year ever to Seawitch? Yes. So it's your first year too? Are you having fun?
Yes.
What's your favorite part?
This.
And not the candy?
I love the candy.
Yeah. Why'd you guys decide to be pirates this year?
Well, she wanted to be a pirate, and we normally base our theme on whatever she wants to be.
All right, well, that's great. You guys are so cute. Thank you for doing this. All right, I'll send you back.
So much fun down there. Thanks, Allie. Right here, the dancing nuns, as well as Pope Francis. He's in the building.
These are some happy nuns. They are happy to be out here walking, and here's the Pope. You got your chance to, in case you missed him when he was in Philadelphia recently, he's here in Rehoboth Beach in the Seawitch Parade.
I went to Catholic school, but none of the nuns I had in school had that kind of rhythm.
They weren't that happy. They didn't start the day like that.
I don't know any Catholics that have that rhythm.
The Pope Mobile, tricked out for the Seawitch Festival.
Indeed, he's got his whole Secret Service action going there. Security is really working it.
I'm glad I'm not on the judge's stand. I would not want to turn him down for an award.
Yes, there'll be an eternal consequence for not doing that one.
That's right.
Oh, the dancing nun. She had to get in front of the camera.
You know what? They know a good PR shot when they see one. Of course, because we're broadcasting live again for the first time in the history of the Seawitch 2015. They know that this is a really fun opportunity to get in front of the camera and celebrate the history of the Seawitch.
A close shot at the Pope. The blessing of the Pope. You gotta love it.
It's going to be a good parade then. It's already fantastic.
Oh, and there's the baby.
Kissing the babies.
We have more up around the corner. Once again, you're watching a live broadcast right here on WRDE.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth diner in the morning.
Inside Homes, it's just a better house.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back. I love you, home.
We know you'll love your shelterless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
While the judges make their final decisions, listen to these great weekly specials from Go Fish and Go Brit.
Thursdays, $6 pie night.
Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich.
Sunday, half-price chicken and chips.
We've searched the country and the winners are...
Go Fish and Go Brit.
It's unanimous. It's Go Fish and Go Brit.
Cheers!
Stop by and judge for yourself at Go Fish, Rehoboth, and Go Brit, Route 1, Lewis.
Live from Rehoboth Beach, it's the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station. The Seawitch Parade is brought to you by Shell Brothers, Blooming Boutique, Elite Tree, Go Brit, Insight Homes, Eric Blondin State Farm, and the Rehoboth Diner. Now, here are your hosts, Denise Sawyer, Michael Sprouse, and Nancy Alexander.
And welcome back to the Seawitch Parade. I'm here with Denise Sawyer and Michael Sprouse. We just had a float coming down the street from DelDOT, the Delaware Department of Transportation. They used some of those large striped traffic barriers to make a transformer-like beast. Everybody's getting in on the act.
It was impressive. That big orange plastic thing, yeah. Looking to sort of pop down and direct traffic for us today.
You gotta love the creativity that everyone puts in. I mean, people start months in advance getting their costumes as well as their floats and balloons ready.
Some of the larger floats, you'll see them all year round, parked in lots around town.
Mm-hmm.
People really take this very seriously and start very early on.
You know, one of the things I like a lot about even the float making process, or a lot of these really detailed costumes, is a lot of people, they all collaborate. You know, it's not really just one person doing something individually. It's a group effort, and that just is a lot of fun, I think, for the people involved in that, you know?
I agree. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this route. Oh, you guys, you got to see what's coming up next. Trust me, it's a treat.
Yeah, there's
when I say costumes.
Colorful and sparkly coming up down the road.
And you thought there were only mummers in Philadelphia.
They're all the way from Philadelphia. The string band, you gotta love them.
Oh yeah, this is definitely something that we want to see when they walk by our broadcasting location here.
Oh yeah, they love to pull people in, get them dancing, get them out and about, moving. All right, now let's go ahead and check in with Charles Watson before we go ahead and hear more from the string band. Charles, how are you doing?
Oh my God, guys, we are having so much fun over here. Check out my newest friends. What's your name?
My name's Grayson.
Grayson, and tell me, are you having a lot of fun out here?
Yes.
Yes, now tell me, who were you for Halloween?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, and is this your twin brother, Harry Potter?
Yes. We're girls, and I'm Brent. Yes.
All right. So look, we're gonna continue having a lot of fun out of here. We're gonna send it back over to you guys. All right. Let's make some noise, y'all.
A lot of energy. Those kids certainly had a lot of energy, and this particular, group has a lot of energy. Established back in 1926, the Woodland String Band.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's a question for you. What were they playing, Michael? For a piece of candy.
Song sounds very familiar.
It's a great
of My Heart?
It's Peg of My Heart. I owe you a piece of candy.
Yes, you do.
Good job.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
They were great musicians. They had an
Fantastic
accordion.
musicians.
And I think they're single-handedly keeping the sequin industry in business.
Yes, Cher would be very envious if she were here. Those are some pretty sparkly, fantastic albums. And they're playing period pieces, which I think is really, because they were formed in 1926, as you said, and that's around that time period. So that's sort of a historic, nice little treat for everybody.
That's a great old classic tune.
Now coming up right here is the Rotary International Float. You gotta love it, and you gotta love the folks who volunteer to sit on the float.
Yes, that, you know.
Because that is the tough job of the day.
True. You know, there's some gas exhaust. You're not sure what's going to get candy thrown at you. But look at they're having a good time.
They are the Sunrise Rotary Club. They meet in the morning.
Look at that pumpkin has some intense claw action going on there.
And International Rotary, of course, gives to numerous international causes, childhood health, and our club is very active locally.
And if you think you've had enough, then you are sadly disappointed because we have so much more.
Oh, yeah.
The parade, I feel like it just got started.
It really does feel like that.
And it continues to get better and better.
And that's what's so nice about it. There's always something happening here visually.
And even if you're not able to get down here until after the parade is over, there are still plenty of things going on tonight and plenty of things going on tomorrow. The horses on the beach, the broom toss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you think about it, the parade really sort of kicks off the event of the entire weekend. I mean, there's just so much going on.
Well, you had things yesterday, but this is the pinnacle. This is the big event.
This is the centerpiece for the whole weekend.
A lot of live music. You were talking about things happening today. Going on at the bandstand, we have Touch of Brass right there, and we also have Nothing But Trouble, and you know, we also have that live vintage radio mystery show, which is sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out at the Rehoboth Beach Museum. We do that every year. This year they're doing Arsenic and Old Lace. It's always a great, great time for people of all ages to hear the magic of old-time radio.
So be prepared to be scared. We're just going to let you guys take a look at what we're looking at. So yeah, you gotta love it. The weather is beautiful today, and you can see, because Michael Sprouse here with his sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. Have to have the sunglasses on. The sunscreen, the sunglasses, you know. I'm wearing red because that's just a color that works with me when I'm sitting in the sun like this. But this weather is beautiful. We really lucked out with this. It's a perfect way to come out to a parade.
If you missed the Woodland String Band performance, they're going to be at 2 o'clock, between 2 and 2:30 on the boardwalk. A couple of the performers in the parade will be performing later on, so do come down after the parade's over.
Now, Charles has found the Mario Brothers. Charles, let's go ahead and check in with him.
All right, guys, so I found the best brother super duo right here. Who are you?
I'm Luigi.
And who are you?
Mario.
And are you guys having some fun out here today?
Yeah.
Tell me what you've seen so far. What's been your favorite part of the parade so far?
Well, my favorite part of the parade so far...
All right?
Yep.
Right? They're going to be getting a lot more candy. We're going to send it back over to you guys, Michael, Nancy, and Denise.
Now what you're looking at, all you Jeep lovers, people in Delmarva love their Jeeps.
Indeed they do. They're everywhere.
Surf fishing, you know, off-road vehicles, you gotta love it.
Just driving around with the top down, yeah.
Why not?
And this is the Southern Delaware Jeep Club, I believe. Is that correct? So they're really out here celebrating. So they've got these Jeeps really decked out in Halloween decor, and they're really fantastic. Look at this one.
I love the witch out front of that Jeep right there. Now the Jeep that's second in the back actually has a very interesting passenger, so I want you guys to take a closer look when we get closer to that Jeep. Not this one here. He's interesting as well. I don't want to negate that.
If you really want interesting.
But this Jeep right here, as it comes closer to us, when it makes its way, you'll take a closer look and see. There it is. Who says you have to wait until tomorrow to see some pretty decked out pooches?
These are great little previews of that little pet parade, which I think is going to be a lot of fun.
And now something that you cannot see is the smell, the aroma.
True, which keeps wafting by us, and it's great stuff. I mean, it seems like some different wonderful tasting treat every time. And at first it was cookies, now I'm sort of getting like a, what is that, like a cheesesteak type of
We are across from Delaware, from the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company, and they are selling sandwiches, so we're getting a little bit of that. And that's a great tradition they have as a fundraiser for the Volunteer Fire Company. I urge everybody to stop by.
Were you talking to me yesterday about oyster fritters?
Yes, that's what they have over there. Yes, they do.
Oyster fritters?
Oyster fritter sandwiches.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to take off my headset.
See you later. All right, this
check
has
in
been
with
fun,
you guys
but there's
later
oyster
on.
fritters across the street, so you carry on. No, that sounds fantastic. I hope they're going to be doing that for a while because I do like oysters. I do.
And if
I've
you're
done a lot with the show.
If you're getting outside of Rehoboth, Cape Henlopen State Park has its Fantasy Trail, and they have carved pumpkins along the trail. Lots of fun, lots of people in costume to greet the children. It's a great event for them.
Now, Delaware Surf Fishing is making its way up the avenue at the moment. And, hey, if you like bands and you like marching bands, we got a treat for you up around the corner. And, of course, you're looking right now, a live look up Rehoboth Avenue on WRDE, Delmarva's very own NBC station. For the first time, as you rest on your couch, as you kick back at home, you are getting the best seat in the house because we're giving you around the clock and 5 different camera angles to enjoy this parade with.
And it's the first time. It's the first time in the history of the Seawitch Parade and Festival that we've been able to do that this has happened. And we're happy to be doing it here.
And one of our best angles is from the top of the Rehoboth Beach Library. We're grateful to them for allowing us to do that.
Absolutely.
They're a great resource in the community. We're very, very grateful to the library for letting us hang out with them.
And very great Wi-Fi, I may say.
Oh, yes, indeed. In fact, we wouldn't be able to do this without that.
It's really hard to find good Wi-Fi in the area, and I would say if you are, out and about, if you're working, or if you just want to do your homework in a different area, a scenic area, this is the best place to be.
Now here's some more. Can you see? There's some more puppies. There's some more pets there in the back behind this.
I'm a huge fan of puppies. Right now, what you're looking at is surf fishing. Once again, that's Delaware Surf Fishing.
Very popular, obviously, around here.
And take a look at those puppies in the back of that Jeep.
So I can give you a little preview while you're looking at the puppies. That's the puppy preview. But here there's some great dancing band action heading right in our direction. I think this is going to really sort of satisfy that craving we had for the marching bands and all that flashy action that we were talking about before.
I love local high schools, and Sussex Tech is one of my favorites. And you'll see why in a little bit, but I'm talking prestige, commitment, legacy, Sussex Tech. It sounds like I went to Sussex Tech.
I know. You better hold yourself together, but you're going to go out there and take those pom-poms and sort of start working that parade circuit. So I have to make sure that you stay in your seat. Yeah, look, that's really fantastic.
All right, let's go ahead and listen in as we look at the Sussex Tech High School Marching Band.
the Ghostbusters theme.
Perfect song. Perfect song. Can you tell that I'm a frustrated drummer? Did you see what I was like?
I'm so glad they're watching the bands because we get a great dance break, all three of us.
Yes, that's all right. That's all right.
Once again, you were watching Sussex Tech High School, their marching band, and the theme song of Ghostbusters.
That was perfect.
And what you could not see at the time, at the moment of their performance was Michael Sprouse's performance.
Oh, yeah. I was just hitting the air drums and working the air drums.
So as they're performing on the Avenue, Michael Sprouse is performing as well on the platform here.
Yes, that's the off-camera action.
Now, the Lewis Auto Mall is making its way as well down the avenue. A lot of pumpkins.
You know, where would we be on Halloween without jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins? So this is a very, very appropriate float here. This works well.
And you gotta love the little pumpkins. Look at that one.
And clearly the memo to wear the flannel went out with this particular great display of pumpkins and rustic expression.
So my most favorite floats / balloon / attraction, it's right there, the Chick-fil-A cow. I am the official, unofficial spokeswoman for Chick-fil-A.
Can I say that their commercials are great? I mean, am I allowed to say that?
I think their food.
Their food is very good.
You have Chick-fil-A in your DNA.
I can't operate without a milkshake.
Well, you know, they'll probably let you sit in that Jeep, or you can keep your chair warm for you while you borrow that cow costume.
I was expecting some chicken nuggets being thrown
instead of candy.
I'd rather opt for chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, the cow is out and about. You gotta love it.
The cow is working the parade route. Without a doubt. Now there's the bookmobile. Bookmobiles are a great thing.
Tell us more about the bookmobile.
You know, when I was a kid, and I grew up in a different area than here, I grew up in the South, the bookmobile would come around for the kids that really didn't have access to libraries, the public libraries, and it gave them the ability to find books to read, and it came to the community, and I think that's still what they do today. Is that correct,
They definitely do that today, and in some cases they're equipped with Wi-Fi and computers for kids to learn computer coding. Libraries are a great resource in the community.
Okay, this is what's coming up behind the bookmobile, which I'm a big fan of the bookmobile and what they do, and they certainly do for the community. I think it's fantastic. That is the coolest rotating giant pumpkin head I may have ever seen. Not that I've seen a lot of giant rotating pumpkin heads, but this one really, that's pretty clever, and there was a lot of work that went into that. And that's great. Look at that.
And it appears as if it's moving electronically, but it's not. He is manually pulling that rope there at his One Call Services, which is a home improvement service. So you know they had to do a good job.
Yeah, he's there manually pulling the pumpkin, getting a workout, and giving us a great effect.
It's very energy efficient.
Yes, indeed it is. It's very green in a good way, I guess that is.
Now we're just taking a look at the parade goers as they, toss candy to those who are waiting nearby. And we have royalty in the building, the most adorable little princesses.
That's Miss Sussex County 2015, Jenna Hitchens, and they're waving, and which appears to be flanked by her ladies in waiting, I guess. Is that what the appropriate
Well, she does have
terminology?
Snow White with her.
Snow White.
Snow White.
All right, so once again, you are looking at a live look at Rehoboth Avenue right here on WRDE. It's the first ever live broadcast of the Seawitch Parade. We'll be back with more.
Inside Homes. It's just a better house.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but imagine authentic British food at Go Fish in Rehoboth and Go Brit in Lewis. Can't buy me love, but it gets me great fish and chips, bangers and mash, sticky toffee pudding. It's a revolution. Have you got any off-season specials? Go Fish and Go Brit. Thursday, $6 pie night. Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich. Sunday, half-price chicken and chips. Groovy, baby. Come together at Go Fish and Go Brit.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
What drew you in was the private Jack Nicklaus signature golf course, world-class resort amenities, and natural beauty. But what made it home was so much more. Here, you don't have to play like a pro to live like one. You'll always have something to celebrate, and you'll love the view. The Peninsula. Live where you play.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
Welcome back to the live coverage of the 2015 Seawitch Parade here on WRDE. There's a fantastic shot of the ocean, and look at that crowd. They're all having a fantastic time. There they are, and we're having a great time too. And we're back with a special guest here, and Nancy Alexander and I are going to sit down and have a wonderful conversation.
And I would love to introduce to everyone Carol Everhart, who is the Executive Director and CEO of the Rehoboth-Dewy Beach Chamber of Commerce. And we're neighbors. The museum is right next to.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, it's good.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, this parade is near and dear to your heart. Can you tell us why?
Well, because I get to watch the town come to life at a time when it didn't used to come to life. And I see all these happy people and the kids in costume, and what isn't good about that?
And you've got a great history with the parade as well.
I do. 26 years ago, believe it or not, the streets were dark, the businesses weren't open, and the Chamber of Commerce actually contracted me to come in at that time and see if I could do an event. And they had a very small budget, and I suggested something around Halloween. Pumpkins are cheap, mums are cheap, people come in costume, and it's a party. It feels like a party. And they thought that was way too late in the year. I basically said, well, I don't think I'm your girl, but if you change your mind, let me know. They called me back and said, well, what would you call it? And I didn't know. Said, give me a day or two. Got out a history book. I thought something about ships. And there was a clipper ship named the Seawitch. So I said, I'd name it the Seawitch, and this is why. And it actually traversed these waters at one time. And the rest is history. I had many years of not this kind of weather.
We did have a little bit of rain during Superstorm Sandy. I do remember that.
We did. We got evacuated, actually, that Saturday night. We did. We got evacuated. But I've had many worse years for weather than Sandy. The first year, I set up on First Street. And that was a lot at that time, right there where First Street Station is. It was just a dirt lot. I set up a tent. Storm came through that night, knocked it flatter than a flitter. I had to move straw bales around to make booze for people. It was one day, first time. Saturday was beautiful. So the day of the event was beautiful. The report was 5,000 individuals came to participate. I was devastated because I was picturing something more in line like this, and they were thrilled. So I went from that to, working as exec and then into their CEO position.
Fantastic. What do you credit the growth of the Seawitch Festival?
The team. It's the businesses and the team, because This festival is an expensive production, and without the sponsorship of people like WRDE, but without those types of sponsorships, the business community makes it happen. We sell very little, and our goal as a chamber is to bring people to town, let the businesses make money, and if I can break even, they're really happy.
So clearly, a lot has changed since the very first one 26 years ago. The 5,000 is a pretty good turnout for the very first event.
They were
thrilled. 20-something years ago. I'm sure they had a great time. Where do you see this going in the future? I mean, right now, this is so popular, and then we have thousands of people involved, and it's a whole weekend event. But where do you see it growing?
Well, when we started this, the thought process was, the vision was, start something small that can grow. And we've seen that happen. So we've not only see it grow with events within downtown Rehoboth, but Dewey has joined in. So last night they had a haunted beach, which was awesome, and a bonfire on the beach, and they had their trick-or-treat night. And it's just hope that whoever's Life-Saving Museum runs lantern tours, the museum next door runs a history tour. That's what we envisioned, was that not only the business license community, but the nonprofits and the civic groups could all get involved, and they do. So we see that growing. We've had to extend the parade, we've had to add fencing, and we may have to do that again in the future.
As someone yourself that literally started this event a quarter of a century of history, when you see this type of interaction, when you see these people having this great time, how does it resonate with you?
When I walk the parade route, when the parade gets going, then I walk it with them. And as I'm doing that, the kids are high-fiving and smiling and showing off their costumes, and it's just very warming. Chambers of Commerce are not warm and fuzzy, okay? Chambers of Commerce are seen as business and kind of on the cold side. This is something that's warm and fuzzy. So it's great to see. I love it.
One of the things I love about you, Carol, is that despite the fact that it's been so many years, you still get into the spirit. Tell us a little bit about what you're wearing.
Oh, well, this says Chamber Skeleton Crew, because we truly are. I have my board members out here, so I have bankers. I have McDonald's, Mike Mioli out here. I have people that have another profession out here, doing parade lineup.
And we thank you so much for stopping by. I know you're so very busy. I can tell because you're wearing not one but two whistles.
You got it.
And we're going to let you get back to work right now.
Carol,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care.
So we're going back to some of the great things that we're seeing here in the parade, because coming up the street right now is a school bus that looks like a totally haunted, tricked out school bus. I'm not quite sure exactly what the point in time they're connected to, but this looks like a fun bus for this time of year. It's black and orange, and that's the color of jack-o'-lanterns and Halloween, right?
Well, and it also looks like kind of a scaredy cat, because that's this year's theme is don't be a scaredy cat.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Nancy. You
I'm a
aced
cat.
it.
I'm a cat owner, so I recognize the breed.
That is
Mine
right
is
with
not
the
quite that
theme.
big.
That is definitely a scaredy cat bus, and it's really done a very clever, good job of that. And they're followed by another fantastic sounding marching band. I'm not quite sure yet where they're from, but we'll probably get that information in just a minute, because they sound really good, and they're coming right up behind the bus.
Love the sound of those drums.
I get my chance to air drum again, which I'm looking forward to.
Wilmington University. We're hearing some great sound from the Wilmington University band.
That's
and
right.
they're
And they're
cheerleaders.
the Wilmington University cheerleaders. We spoke about them earlier. Here they are all the way from Wilmington. It's hard not to get in the spirit with that, right? Okay, they're going to do a little thing here, so we want to check
All right, guys,
And
so
now
look, we're
we're
having a lot of fun out here and running into so many of my childhood favorites. Fresh off of getting away from the big bad wolf, Little Miss Red Riding Hood.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Having a great time out here?
Absolutely.
Right?
Fabulous.
And tell me, what about all the things that you're seeing?
Hey, this is just wonderful. All the bands and the kids from the high schools, and of course the Mummers Band from Philadelphia. Fantastic.
Great stuff. And let's go check out some of my other friends here. Tell me, what you guys having a great time out here?
Yes.
Yes? How about you, Mom?
Yes, thanks.
And I heard that your homecoming dance is tonight. Are you going dressed like this?
No.
No? All right. Yeah, I don't think she wanted to do that, guys. We're having fun over here. We're going to keep on continuing to have fun over here. We're going to send it back over to you, Denise, Michael, and Nancy.
Okay. All right. Welcome back. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. That was fantastic. Look at this. I think we just had a group of what appeared to be Death and his little comrades. They're sort of walking up the street. There was a whole little entourage of skeletons, and now we have several different people just walking out, having a good time here in the parade.
So that was the conclusion of the parade, the Grim Reaper right there.
That was literally the end, as they say.
The grim end.
The grim end of the parade.
But
There's
that's not,
still a lot going on.
Yeah, it's not keeping folks from, coming out of their seats now, making their way down the avenue, just meeting and greeting folks,
Sure.
waving, getting candy, and getting their shot on live television.
Absolutely. This is one of the more fun parts, because everyone is starting to sort of walk around and they're seeing what's going on. They're socializing, they're talking to each other, they're looking at each other's costumes, getting ideas, really interacting with each other.
And people do have their favorite spots. They camp out very early in the morning, and they get their favorite spots together. And they actually know the people in the car next to them tailgating for the Seawitch Parade. So it's a lot of fun for families who come year after year.
True. It's not every day. They can just sit down and look out in the crowd in Rehoboth and see a bunch of witches and skeletons and walking towards you. Maybe a unicorn here or there, a couple of, cats. It's a lot of fun.
And it's not every day that we here at WRDE can move mountains and do something as historic as broadcasting the Seawitch Parade. And this is the 26th annual parade. So this is history in the making right now.
Absolutely it is. Without a doubt it is. We've done something new that's never been done in the area before. And through that, we've become part of the history not only of Seawitch, but also broadcasting history in Delmarva. And it's an exciting time for everyone that's involved.
I was so glad we got a chance to talk to Carol from the Chamber. She really makes it happen. She and her crew make it happen, and she's been there from the get-go.
From the get-go. She created the event 26
she
years
did.
ago.
She said, why not choose Halloween? It's during the shoulder year. People are already in costume. Costume, behooves you to have some fun.
Sure. She said it was a party-like environment, and she was funny because she was sitting here and she said she felt disappointed that 5,000 people, only 5,000 showed up.
Only.
I'm like, that's a pretty good turnout for your first event.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Charles Watson, who is out there along the parade route.
Hey, look, we've seen some interesting costumes today, but it looks like this guy right here is taking up all the spotlight. Who's he supposed to be dressed up as today?
He's dressed up as a Rehoboth Beach fisherman.
A Rehoboth Beach fisherman. This is the first Rehoboth Beach fisherman outfit I've seen like this before. But is he used to having this type of spotlight? Because everybody's been stopping to talk to him.
He's been in New York for New Year's Eve. He's been in Manhattan. He stayed at the hotel there, one of the major hotels there. He's just used to being everywhere. He's gone a lot of places throughout the country.
Oh, so he's world renowned.
He's world renowned.
He's world
This
renowned.
is Prince Polo.
Prince Polo. Prince Polo. Look, we're best friends right now. Me and Prince Polo are best friends right now. We're going to continue, becoming better friends. But right now, we're going to send it back over to you guys.
What a festive dog. Right there is a great look at the influx of folks who are out here, and they're having a good time. They've been out here since, I've been out here since 8 a.m. Folks have been out here since 10 a.m., camping out.
Did you look at all that was an ocean of people, pardon the
fun.
A sea of people right by the sea. And you just can't beat it. This weather's perfect. They're having a great time. We're having a good time.
Awesome time.
And what we love about the parade is when the parade is over, people really don't leave. Everybody mixes and mingles, has a great time, checks out all of the vendors at the bandstand. There's so much going on even later on this afternoon, including the broom toss, the horses on the beach. There's so much to look at. Live music.
Live music. the oyster fritters, which I would like someone to toss at me. Speaking of a brew toss, an oyster fritter toss would be good because I would gladly stand here and catch them. Right
and
here.
just looking at this shot, it shows you how this event has grown over the years. It started off with just 5,000 people, and I say just because this year they've expected well over 180,000 people, and you can see it for yourself. Folks love Seawitch Parade. We here at WRDE absolutely love it, which is why it was a no-brainer when they asked, who's going to broadcast this live, and we stepped up to the plate.
And just to be part of that, it feels really, it just feels like a fantastic thing for us as professionals and also just people in the community, to be able to have this to provide this service, this sort of living room chair. If you can't get down here, though, it's a lot of fun. You have this opportunity, and it feels nice that we help to make that happen.
And when you think about if you were 4 years old during your first Seawitch Parade, you'd be 30 now. You could have been in it for all of these years. It's a great part of a personal history and town history.
Now, I have a little friend here, but I'll tell you more about that coming up. Let's go ahead and check in with Charles Watson. Hey, Charles, what's going on?
Hey, guys, I'm just running into so many of my friends. Look, this guy we talked to a little earlier, but I wanted to find out if they've been putting him to work. You see his sign that says, "We'll work for candy." So have they been putting you to work, buddy? No. No? Have you been getting the candy? Yeah. Yeah? All right, that's all that matters. How about you all? You getting a lot of candy out here today?
Yes.
And tell me about the parade. What have you seen so far that you've liked?
Cheerleaders.
Say it again.
Cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders. And how about you? Say it again.
The same.
The same? So you guys are all liking the cheerleaders. And how about you, Mom and Dad?
I'd have to say I enjoyed actually the whole thing. It was great. It was the first time that we actually made the parade in a couple years. But I mean, I can't complain. It's all family, and that's what we're about.
Tell them about all these smiles on their faces. I'm thinking they're having a great time, right?
Oh yeah, right. We're having fun. Oh, somebody wants to be shy.
She's a little shy. So we're going to get this camera out of her face. We're going to toss it back over to you.
What a fun family, and we have plenty of those right here on Rehoboth Avenue. Now, I was telling you guys about my little peacock here, and we have so many of these floating around the area. It's our official WRDE Coast TV peacock, and you can get your hands on this, and Michael has the details on that.
I do. Well, I was told that his name is Presley the peacock. I don't know how soon that came out.
He looks like a Presley.
I think he does. He's probably a gold lame suit. Maybe to answer if it's like an Elvis Presley. I don't know, but it's Presley the peacock. I know they'll be giving some out. I believe we have the prize wheel up at our booth at the bandstand, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So that's probably where you'll be able to win your chance to get one of these great guys. It's a great little reminder of today's event, WRDE's live broadcast, and just WRDE as part of the community. You can celebrate that with your own little Presley peacock.
Yeah, we have a lot of giveaways from little peacock here to T-shirts as well as balloons. So make sure you make your way to the bandstand and you stop by and you say hi to us. We love to meet our viewers. We love to hear about your day and get potential stories.
Absolutely. And I think, we're going to be emceeing some music ourselves?
Oh, yeah. We're going to cut loose.
That's right. Our day's far from over.
It just began.
Yeah, it just began. We like it's the entertainment aspect of what we're doing here. So that's going to be a fun thing that we're going to be doing.
I can't wait to see you dance.
Oh, may not get that entertaining.
At that point, that's a great segue to a break. Seeing Michael Sprouse dance. Let's go ahead and we'll be back with more. Once again, you're watching live right here on WRDE.
2 minutes.
Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth diner in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to park without a meter in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours a day. Kids are always welcome and adults are okay. Nothing could be finer than to try Rehoboth diner in the morning.
Hi, I'm Dan King, owner of Elite Tree Lawn and Landscaping. For all your tree, lawn, and landscaping needs, call Elite Tree. Our experienced, educated, and dedicated staff can complete any job, big or small. From tree planting and pruning to tree removal and lot clearing, we do it all. With emergency services also available, we're always here for you. To help make your home more beautiful, we also provide full lawn and landscaping services that will make you the envy of your neighborhood. Call Elite Tree today for your free consultation.
It's hard for anyone to resist a great combo. So talk to State Farm agent Eric Blondin in Rehoboth Beach and save hundreds by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. After all, these savings are too good to pass up. Get to a better state. Call Eric Blondin today.
You are so beautiful both inside and out, and I'll always remember the day I made you mine. I fell for you because you've got all my favorite qualities. You're bright, you're open, and you saved me so much money. You're so energy efficient. It's like you're always hugging me back. I love you, home.
We know you'll love your showerless home, and that's okay.
Home, I love you too.
While the judges make their final decisions, listen to these great weekly specials from Go Fish and Go Brit.
Thursdays, $6 pie night.
Friday lunch, $5 fish sandwich.
Sunday, half-price chicken and chips.
We've searched the country and the winners are...
Go Fish and Go Brit.
It's unanimous. It's Go Fish and Go Brit.
Cheers!
Stop by and judge for yourself at Go Fish Rehoboth and Go Brit Route 1 Lewis.
You're watching the 2015 Seawitch Festival Parade live on WRDE, Delmarva's NBC station.
All right, that's a look at Rehoboth Avenue, a live look right here on WRDE. But I want to tell you guys tomorrow about our NBC Sunday Night Football. Tomorrow night, the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Carolina Panthers. Of course, football night in America starts at 7, kickoff at 8:30. Once again, it's Eagles take on the Panthers. Sunday Night Football right here on WRDE. I'm excited. I'm a Redskins fan, okay? But
you can't be tomorrow. You got to be an Eagles fan.
I will be a Redskins fan until I die. But the Eagles fans,
you're having they're not having the best so far. I don't know what's going on with that.
Listen, let's not talk about that, okay? Let's talk more about the Seawitch Parade.
You brought that one up. You brought it up. But we'll go to other frightening things. Because so it's that time of season. You can see there's still people. They're all still walking about. There's a lot going on. A lot of the action is moving closer to the boardwalk, I think, to the bandstand.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fantastic. That's what we want, people interacting on that level.
There are vendors downtown. Lots of things going on, as we mentioned before, going on all day long. So even if you are not a fan of the parade and you want to come down later to town, still plenty of things to do, including the merchants giving out candy tonight.
You know, Charles is meeting up with a bunch of those fans that you're talking of now. Charles, let's go ahead and cut away to him and check in and see what he's up to.
Guys, I've got to tell you, it's cuteness overload over here. Like, my heart is literally starting to melt a little bit. Tell me, what's your name?
Tatiana.
Tatiana, and who are you from?
I'm Lala Loopsy.
Lala Loopsy, and how about you?
A witch.
A witch. So you guys having a good time out here today?
We're having a great time.
Having a great time. And tell me, you guys told me that you came all the way down here from Wilmington. Tell me why.
We heard it's great down here. We've never been to the Seawitch Festival. The parade is wonderful. There's hundreds of vendors. There's a lot of stuff for the kids to do. We came to check it out this year.
And so far, you know, it looks like the kids are having a great time. But just for the adults, there's plenty for the adults to do, right?
Yes, there is so far. We're about to go get some faces painted and do some shopping next.
Yay!
Next, and are you guys going to stick around all weekend?
Yes. Yep, we'll be back tomorrow, too, for more fun.
So how about you going out to trick-or-treat a little later?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They're getting lots of candy. They're super cute. You know what I mean? So we're going to figure out our trick-or-treating plans over here while we send it back over to you guys. You know what I mean? We need to...
Charles Watson right there. Now, happening at 3 p.m. today is the broom tossing contest on the beach right there at Rehoboth Avenue. And it's all sponsored by LC Homes. Now, that's a tradition. When you see video of this parade, you see video of that toss as well.
Oh, well, and there's a bit of cackling, which because there's a cauldron of great witches.
It's our local coven.
There's our coven walking down the street. Thanks for the nice weather, ladies. It's good job.
They got clearance, air clearance to fly in this morning.
They need that because, when those brooms, that fog can be a problem sometimes. So now, the Fiddlers Festival begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, let's talk more about that.
You two may not know that I actually was a judge once at the Fiddlers Festival
several
years. It was fantastic. I had such a good time. I was raised in Kentucky, oddly, so I've been here for a long, long, long time. But I do have an appreciation for bluegrass and fiddling, and I think they realized that at the time. This was about maybe 8 years ago, and I was asked to be one. And I'm telling you, the talent was immense. It's probably that was several years ago. I can only imagine it's increased since then. There was age groups. There were kids, little kids playing fantastic bluegrass fiddle. There were adults. It was really just a wonderful, very it felt historic. It felt like you're really being part of local culture, and by watching that very specific type of music, and I enjoyed every second of it.
It's now actually part of the official title, Seawitch and Fiddlers Fest.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
And for the folks who want to actually go and partake in it and enjoy the music's happening at the convention center, starting at 1, as you said. No fee, just donations. All right, and that's sponsored by Cape Gazette, so that's pretty awesome.
I believe so, yeah. I believe at that time, I think that they were also very involved with that as well. And there was a panel of judges. I had a blast.
Local entertainment right here in your own backyard. You can't miss it. Once again, it's a live look right here along Rehoboth Avenue as things, they're not unwinding. I like to think they're just starting out. The excitement continues to build here.
Well, as we were sitting here just a few minutes ago, the parade is still sort of the end part. Really, the middle end is still continuing on part of the route. Now, it's past where we are, but there's still quite a bit going on here. But
Very
there's
good point. Very
still
good
a
point.
point where there's still, you can see quite a bit just across the street.
Yeah, and if you miss any aspect of the show, you'll be able to see it tomorrow, and that's 11 a.m. on My Cozy TV. So if you saw yourself on live television and you want to see yourself again because you look that good, you can do so tomorrow at 11 a.m. And once again, that's on My Cozy TV.
Now look at that crowd shout. Look at all those people.
Look at the vendors out back. The backdrop of tents. So, you got a lot to do today.
One of the things I think families like about this event is even after the parade is over, the children still walk around in their costumes. And it's really the week before Halloween. They get to test run that costume. They get to be in it for a lot longer than just one evening. So it's just so much fun for the families and for the little ones. Michael, did you test run your costume for Halloween?
You know what? I haven't because I'm here for inspiration. And I'm trying to figure out. I am the eating
because
guy.
there's a need for you to test run your costume.
Yeah, indeed there is. Indeed, I gotta test run my costume. Will it actually fly? That's part of it. I'm gonna physically in the air.
Oh my god!
Am I gonna burn something down when I put it on? I don't know. But I'm still not quite sure what we're going to do yet with the costuming. But I've been inspired today.
A lot of great ideas. Folks have been so creative today, from costumes to floats to balloons to performances.
Yeah. What was your favorite? So let's do a little visual recap in your head of the floats that we saw today. Which one really stood out to the two of you? I'm curious.
I do like the local bands. I think because there are some rivalries between some of the local schools and yet friendships among band members. And I think that there's nothing like hearing that drum line keep that beat as they walk on by.
The thing that stuck in my head is the trophy.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm really. I'm not a judge. Don't be swayed by what I'm saying. I'm just saying that visually that was pretty intense.
These are strong recommendations. I see.
I'm like, wait a second. No. Just if I had to pick one, I think. What do you think?
I would say the spinning pumpkin.
The pumpkin was cool.
Because you can see the artwork, you can see the dedication, and it just looked fun, and it was festive, and it was spooky.
Very spooky. And and you're right, because it was more than just, I think I had to figure out, okay, if I do this is going to happen, and that was a very clever way around something that needed to be done.
Speaking of spooky, let's go ahead and check in with Charles Watson.
Guys, you don't know how excited I am right now. I'm hanging out with one of my childhood heroes. Who are you for Halloween?
Power Ranger.
A Power Ranger. The Blue Ranger. How about you?
The Lady Sith.
And are you having a great time out here today?
Yes.
Tell me, what have you seen so far that's been your favorite, as far as floats go?
The pirate one.
The pirate one?
Mm-hmm.
And how about you?
The motorcycles.
The motorcycles. And have you all been getting a lot of candy out here? I've been seeing a lot of candy being tossed around. I hope you guys got some. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
And are you all going trick-or-treating later on tonight?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Look, they're going trick-or-treating. I got our trick-or-treating plans together with the other group I talked to. We're going to get in the huddle right now and figure out our trick-or-treating plans because we need to grab as much candy as possible. This is the Blue Ranger, guys. Come on. We're going to send it back over to you.
Thank you, Charles. You know, we got a lot more details on giveaways as well as a cash prize. That and more coming up right now. You're looking at Seawitch, the festival, right here live on WRDE.